Secondary school age children also had their time, and even though they explored fiction, it was fiction with life lessons relevant to their years.
There are now new centers around for domestic violence, for child abuse, and all of those things. I went to a friend's house the other day, and her daddy was not at home, and the daddy was phoning, shouting at her. I'll come to that house now because they live somewhere else, the father lives somewhere else. He said, I'm coming to that house now to come and slap you for all the things you are saying to me. That was her daddy talking. And she said, if you do that to me, I'll call child abuse. I'll report you to child abuse center. And I was laughing. I said, is there such thing as child abuse center? And she said, yes. If an adult abuses me, slaps me, beats me up anyhow, even if it's my parents, I'll go and report the person. I said, in my own time, there was nothing like that. They will flog you as if you want to die. There's nothing you can do. But now, such centers are available, so you can avail yourself of such centers.
But sometimes we do report things to an adult and they might use the negative opportunity of that thing. And maybe we report to the nearest center. They might not take the issue up. Maybe the person that actually committed the offense is a dignitary person or person, a very influential person. So they might try to cover up for the person. So I don't know what the person should do because it's a form of injustice. So I want you to just advise us on what the person should do. That is the person that is being abused.
When you report, before you go and report a case in any place, you should make sure that first of all you are reporting in the right quarter. Do you get my point? If you report somebody to their friend, the likelihood is they will not take any action, or they will just try and kill that case. But what people are afraid of most is exposure. Exposure. Do you know that this press, they do much more even than the police, I'm sorry to say. Because once something gets into the press, or it's on air, or it's on the internet, or it's on a certain group, they try to reach out to you and begin to apologize. So if you know that, look, these people are not taking any action, you can take it a step further. You can take it a step further. Maybe report to a higher authority than themselves. Sometimes it happens, maybe I try to sort out my case in this police station, they are not doing anything. There's the area command, which is even higher than that. But as a child, before you go and do any sort of thing, make sure a trusted adult is with you so that people don't take further advantage of you. And what I want to say to you is, no case of sexual abuse, whether to a male or to a female, should be covered up.
Writers and publishers often view book festivals as opportunities to showcase their works. It can be particularly beneficial for new authors like this trained pharmacist whose passion for writing led her to write a romance novel titled Destined Vows.
It's about a couple, Efosa and Tutu. It started off with meeting and having not just a physical connection but also a telepathic connection, which also drew them closer, and they fell in love, got married, and then life started. And so it's about how they were able to overcome every difficulty, the arguments they had, the people that were coming between them, how they were able to manage the situation and find each other again.
Tell me about being trained as a pharmacist and then becoming a writer.
I've always written, right from secondary school. I was in a boarding school and I wasn't somebody that made friends easily, so I found friendship with characters I created. And my classmates discovered that and started collecting my books. Instead of going to the library, started picking my books and were reading, and they enjoyed it. But I had always wanted to be a pharmacist, so I didn't think about being a professional writer. It was just something to make me happy. And then I went to pharmacy and I found that I just couldn't quit. I just kept on scribbling and writing. I'm like, okay, let me just see if I can write a full-length book, not just a short story. And I did, and I still train as a pharmacist, so it's been working out well for me. Her eyes held curiosity and intelligence, strength and wisdom. She knew her watcher. Tutu couldn't tell how she knew that, but she was certain of it, which was why the lioness wouldn't run or attack. Rather, she would approach in trust. She didn't know Efosa had been watching her or that she had been crying until he wiped the tears running down her face. "You made me beautiful," she whispered. You are beautiful, inside and out.
Even more experienced authors are not left behind. We bumped into Tony Khan, author of Night of a Creaking Bed. His focus is now firmly fixed on a new novel he just released. Tony, nice to see you at the Lagos Book&Art Festival.
Thank you, Kunle. Thank you.
I can see you have a new book out, The
Yes.
Carnivorous City.
Yes, sir.
What's it about?
That was a book we read last time you came to interview us, remember?
Oh, the manuscript.
Yes, so it's finally out. It's, I believe, the best Lagos story you will read this year.
What's it about?
It's about a 409 guy who has made so much money, moves from the mainland to the island, and disappears. So the whole story is them looking for him. So he's not in the story physically, but the story is all about him.
About him.
Yeah.
Is it anywhere, anything close to Night of a Creaking Bed?
Far better.
Far better.
We improve every day, yeah.
Looks like book festivals are wonderful avenues to showcase new books and so on.
Yes.
Is that correct?
I mean, before we didn't have any apart from Labaf. So Labaf has been the pace setter. Now we have in Enugu, we have Aki coming up next week. So everywhere, it's beginning to come up and it's beginning to attract quality writers to Nigeria. So I guess the intercourse between us and foreigners begin to bring up, much better works for people to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Carnivorous City it's already been published in London.
In London,
correct?
yes.
When was that?
Earlier this year.
Earlier this year. So it's just coming out in Nigeria.
In Nigeria, just yesterday.
And it was
So this is
interesting
very hot copy.
Very hot. It was interesting to hear you say that you are seeing it for the first time.
Yes, I
Nigeria.
just saw it now for the first time in Nigeria.
How
Yes.
does that feel?
It feels very good. You sit down and write a book by yourself.
You're holding it.
This book was written in different places from US, Italy, and wherever. And then when you see it in one cover, it feels very good.
It's an exciting feeling.
Yes.
Clearly, participants enjoyed themselves.
The experience has been, without missing words, I must say it's been absolutely fulfilling. Intellectual feasts of this nature, cultural feasts of this nature, they have a way of regenerating our values. They have a way of rebuilding what we hold dear. They have a way of reminding us who we are, where we should be going. And all these things are found in books. So having come here, I've encountered new perspectives, I've encountered new discourse, I've taken part in discussions that have helped to enliven and enlighten me much more than what I knew on subjects that have been discussed here before I came.
Yes, the experience has been revealing and enriching. Given the kind of exhibition we've had this year, it's been an outpouring scenario of depth, literature, art, aesthetics, and so many things that is even beyond description. I see Nigeria opening up more to the reality of artistic endeavors. And it is such a good thing in this age because we have a country that have situations that can be transmuted into different kinds of stories from different minds, given our wide cultural difference and our nature and the circumstances that we have gone throughout the years.
Obviously, book and art festivals can do a lot for any country, and the biggest beneficiary of such festivals can be those who hold the future in their hands. I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget you can always send us your comments and inquiries on any of our social media platforms displayed on your screen. I'm Olakunle Kasumo. Remember, one great book can change your life. Bye-bye.